Hey, it's Randy at Funeral Funds of America. Today we are going to talk about the actual cost for $5,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, or life insurance or funeral funds for a 65-year-old male. Now, first things first is you can go to our website at funeralfunds.com, and just about every page on our website has this quoter. And you can choose whatever state you live in and whatever coverage amount you want to look at. We're going to look at $5,000 for today. But keep in mind that all the plans that we offer have first day coverage or benefits and same day low cost approvals. So keep that in mind. We'll have a link throughout the video here and in the comment section of this YouTube video. And it's going to be funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And we'll have a special quoter there where you can access discounts and get the lowest pricing. But let's jump right into this. $5,000. First thing you need to ask about $5,000 for a 65-year-old male is that amount appropriate? Is $5,000 going to be enough to take care of your final wishes and your final expenses after you're gone? Now, if you're going to get cremated, yeah, I mean, $5,000 is probably fine. You know, the average cost of a cremation is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's where you just come home in a cardboard box or an urn. Now, if you're going to have a, remembrance of life ceremony or celebration of life ceremony, it's going to be more expensive. It's going to probably be in the $3,500 to $4,500 range. Now, either way, that $5,000 is enough. So if you really want to inflation-proof your plan, $5,000 with just the cremation is probably enough. But if you're going to have some sort of service or ceremony, you should probably be looking at somewhere between, $7,000 to $10,000. Just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind, if all you can afford is $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 right now, go ahead and get that. And we can always help you add more coverage later if that's going to be more convenient for you. Now, if you're going to have a burial, $5,000 in itself would not be enough. The average cost of a burial in the United States is around $10,000 right now. So, and even at $10,000, that's not going to be anything fancy. So if you're looking at a burial, you should probably look at getting maybe between $10,000 to $15,000. Now, when would $5,000 be appropriate? Well, maybe you bought a $5,000 policy years ago and it was enough and you just need to add $5,000. There you go. That's a good way to do it. We can help you add that policy. Also, what if you had like a $10,000 policy and you go, well, that pay for a burial right now, but I'm pretty healthy. I don't expect to die anytime soon. I probably should get some more coverage. You can add $5,000 to that $10,000. Now, we'd recommend you keep the existing $10,000. You do not want to get rid of that policy, but simply add $5,000 and we can do that with the same company. But a lot of times you're better off shopping around. And it's probably going to be a better price with a different company if you've had that policy for a while. So keep that in mind. Also, we recommend you don't overinsure. A lot of times people say, hey, I want $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and you probably don't need that. And what ends up happening is, people say, hey, I want to leave money to family after I'm gone. And you end up overpaying on your premiums on your policy, and you will overpay every single month for the rest of your life. So we think, at least my opinion is, you're better off getting enough insurance to do the job. Don't overinsure. The money that you save, spend that on your family when you're alive, rather than giving that money to them when they're dead. They will appreciate those memories. Those memories will be with them for a lifetime. What a blessing you can leave with them rather than just a little bit extra money. So the other thing to really pay attention to is to make sure you get first day coverage. And that's what we help people with at Funeral Funds of America. You do not want a 2-year waiting period plan. Those 2-year waiting period plans will not pay any money at all if you die of a health or medical reason in the first 2 years. Why would you do that? You would never buy a car that you couldn't drive for 2 years. You would never buy a house that you couldn't live in for the first 2 years. Why would you get a policy that you can't use if, God forbid, you don't live another 24 months? Don't do it. But with that said, there are some insurance companies out there that market heavily. And Colonial Penn's one of them. They've got their $9.95 a month plan. And oh my gosh, that $9.95 sounds so enticing when you see it on those TV commercials. And You know, you close your eyes and go to sleep that night and you envision yourself getting, you know, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 worth of insurance for $9.95 for a 65-year-old male. And then you log onto their website and you see that $9.95 for a 65-year-old male, one unit of coverage, that's only $896. $896 is not even going to pay for a cremation. So be careful of those 2-year waiting period policies. Colonial Penn, their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period. Mutual of Omaha, they've got a United of Omaha plan that's a 2-year waiting period. AIG, Gerber, there's other companies out there. Just be really cautious. There's a lot of companies out there that have done a great job of marketing, you know, as a fact, or insinuating that the only thing you can qualify for is a 2-year waiting period, and that's all that's available. Nothing could be further from the truth. Don't fall for such silly magic. Do not do that. So let's take a look at what $5,000 for a 65-year-old male would be with a 2-year waiting period, company specifically Colonial Penn. So we know that one unit, $995, only gets you $896. So let's go see what kind of like 5 units would be. Let's take a look here. So it's interesting, their $995 plan, you can't actually buy $5,000 worth of insurance for a 65-year-old male because you got to get it by the unit prices. So, you know, 5 units is $4,480. If we go up to 6 units, that would be $5,376. That's really as close as you can get to $5,000. So let's jump over and let's take a look at a quoter. And this, you get access to the same quoter like this on our website, and you can actually shop around and see the exact same companies that we would be helping you with. Okay, so we've got $5,000. Let's make this for a male, age 65. And we're going to click the Get Quote button. Let's go back and revisit this. So keep in mind, $5,000 roundabout, right around, because you can't get exactly 5,000, but 5,376. So right around 5,000 is right around $60. Let's keep the math easy, $60. And then we come up here and we go, okay, same thing, $5,000 through Trinity Life Insurance Company, which is a great company. We work with them. This is level coverage. What that means, what level coverage means is first day coverage. It's the best coverage, the best pricing. And God forbid, if you got your policy today and you died tomorrow, the policy would pay out. Pretty cool stuff. $28.17. So let's jump back here. Literally, Colonial Penn is around 200% more expensive for the same, roughly the same amount of coverage. Why would you ever pay 200% more and suffer through a 2-year waiting period? Why would you do that? 95% of the people who help qualify for first day coverage. Now, there are health qualifications for first day coverage because they ask medical question, but really, unless you're horribly, terribly sick, you're going to qualify. Now, why wouldn't you qualify? Well, maybe you've got a terminal illness. You know, you're going to die within the next 12 months. Maybe you've got dementia or dialysis, or you're in a hospital or a nursing home or something like that. But other than that, most people are going to qualify for first day coverage. There's nothing sadder than when somebody comes to us and they say, hey, you know, we had a family member die this last week and their body's down at the funeral home and they didn't have insurance and we don't have the money. You know, we need to get this insurance from you right away so that we can pay the funeral home. We have to let them know that, you know, there's no insurance company out there that will offer a policy on somebody who's already died. And it's sad to have that conversation, but the only thing we can do is learn from their mistakes and understand we need to get this insurance actually before we need it. We just can't wait until it's too late. Let's jump down and look at a couple prices here. And again, our quoter, you'll be able to inspect all the insurance companies just like I'm doing here. Go down, let's take a look. Here's a company, Lincoln Heritage. Now, they're a fine company, first day coverage. But when you look at their pricing, $36, they're more expensive. And funeral Lincoln Heritage has a plan out there where when you die, they will call like 2 to 3, funeral homes or something like that to shop around to get the best pricing, to the best of their ability. They market it like, we just want to take that pressure off your family. So it may or may not be good, but it's $36 a month. And then you go up here and we're 28. So around $8 more a month. So 8 times 12, $96 more a year. If you live an extra 10 years, that's $960. So for them to make 3 phone calls, 2 or 3 phone calls, maybe do a couple other things, $960. If you live, 20 years, that's $1,800. So we recommend you just keep that money in your pocket. Just go for a lower price plan. And then what we actually do at Funeral Funds of America, we've got a funeral and estate planning guide, and we will just provide that to you for free. You fill that out, you keep that with your policy, and that way when that day does come, your family's got all the information to take care of all of your final wishes, and you just save that money. Again, spend that money on your family rather than giving it to an insurance company. So again, avoid the 2-year waiting period policies. We do not recommend them at all. And if you want first day coverage, just go to our quoter. It's going to be funeralfunds.com/YouTube. You can also call us directly at our phone number here on our website, 888-862-9456. We are licensed in all 50 states. We can help you out. If you want to get a policy right away, if you just want information, if you need help with the pricing or the underwriting, reach out to us. We look forward to helping you out with that. Until that day comes, you take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.